This one was rigged. Damn it, man. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Raptors. I'm your host, Hisham, my channel where you get reviews, analysis, predictions, and hot takes on all things Raptors, as well as some NBA. So the Raptors coming into this game were 8-game winning streak against the Denver Nuggets, who were on a back-to-back. And the game was one of those. So without further ado, let's talk Raptors versus the Nuggets. So I'm not going to get into much of the summary of the game. It was back and forth. Spicy P was doing his thing today. Freddie was doing all right. And, it was pretty much Jokic and, a little bit of Campazzo going on. It was going back and forth throughout the whole game. What is important is that the refs were a piece of shit in this game, because in the first quarter it was I think, what was it, 6 free throws or 4 free throws right away to Nikola Jokic, and he shot more free throws than the Raptors throughout this whole game. And there were a lot of plays where our guys are getting fouled, but there are no calls coming in. There was this one play, I think it was in the early fourth quarter or something like that, where Campazzo pushes off on Gary Trent. Now, I admit Gary Trent does flop a lot, but he literally did push him. And Gary Trent falls on the floor. No call. Scotty Barnes gets slapped in the face. No call. OG Anunoby gets pushed. No call. Whereas when we go to the other side, Nikola Jokic, anybody pretty much for them, are just, you touch them, foul. You touch them, foul. The Raptors were in the bonus every time, like by mid quarters, and it's not because the Raptors were playing physical. It was just because the refs were just eating the whistle for us, but doing everything for the Nuggets, because it seemed like they got a message that, hey, Toronto needs to lose till the streak ends, and and we don't have to talk about it in the American media and bullshit. So that was pretty much what happened in the game, in my opinion. Then there was this sweet the way the game ended was pretty exciting. Basically, what happened was we were trailing by, I believe it was 4 points, and Nick Nurse calls a timeout. There's like 30 seconds left or so, and 50 seconds left. Freddie VanVleet checks the ball in to Pascal. Pascal gets it to the top of the key there. Not top of the key. Basically, the straight. And then Freddie, instead of setting up a screen, brushes the screen, gets to the other side, and nails a rainbow three to put us down only by 1. And then Denver calls timeout. We foul Nikola Jokic, and he was 8 for 8 at that point with free throws, and he goes to the line and misses both of them. He misses both of them. And the Raptors have a chance to actually win this game instead of just trying to tie it. And there's, I think it was like 13 seconds left or 16 seconds left on the clock. Nick Nurse draws up the same play, but at this time what he does is he tells Freddie to brush the screen, but Pascal keeps the ball in his hand and tries to drive lines straight into the bucket. But, Denver ends up getting both of their guys, blocks Pascal's path. Pascal passes it to Freddie, who shoots it. It hits the back of the rim. OG gets the rebound, and he goes up strong. And, Nikola Jokic comes out of nowhere. First time I've seen him that athletic, and blocks the shot. But here's where, again, the Reds fucked us over, because OG is trying to get the ball after this block because it falls right on his feet. Jeff Green pushes him from the back, and there's still no call. OG would have ended up at the line if the refs were calling this fair. I don't usually get pissed. It's not about the streak, but this game was called completely one-sided. And we end up losing this game 109 to 110. So that's pretty much about the game. There was the highlight play of the game was the Delano Blanton drive where Pascal has it in the paint. He is, trying to post up. He gets a double team. Delano cuts from the baseline. He passes it to him. DeMarcus Cousins tries to block him, and he does a reverse up and back type of layup, and it goes in. And I think that put us up by 2 or something like that at that point, but it was early second quarter. And that's pretty much it for that game. Now, the key takeaways from this game at least, and it's not about the refs and shit. That was just me ranting about it because, man, come on, let it be fair. Because if we were called, we got some of these we got some of the calls that we should have gotten. This game wouldn't have even been close because it seemed like every time Denver got close, they got some free throws that just got them even closer, and it just ruined our momentum. So the first key takeaway I have is the Raptors free throw shooting. It is a problem. The Raptors are missing on average about 6 to 7 free throws a game. That is not good because some of our games are very close against good teams. And if you just nail those free throws, I'm not saying you need to be 100%, but be at least in the 90s, man. And now I get some of them are going to Scotty Barnes and Delano Banton and Ken Burch, who are not as great as those free throw shooters. But some of them go to Freddie VanVleet. Like today, he missed an important free throw in the fourth quarter, like in the crunch time, which would have just made sure that we didn't need that three, even though he needed to nail the three. But like free throws are not good. We were 10 for 16. Not good. Not good. We needed to be at least 13 or 14. You know what I'm saying? So those are important points that we're leaving at the line, and they're going to help us come down playoff time, come down, playing bigger teams like, for example, Brooklyn now or Philadelphia, and those like games that are close, and free throws matter in those games, man. Even if the refs aren't giving it to you, but the ones that you are getting, just nail them. Maybe that would change the refs, opinion and give you more. So that's the first key takeaway. The second key takeaway I have is that this team now believes they are the team to be messing with. Our bench is starting to figure it out, and it just seems like the team is playing in a rhythm where they, regardless of what happens in the game, you don't see their emotions changing. You don't see the guys getting frustrated or any of that crap. You always see them communicating. You always see them hyping each other up. You always see them concentrating on getting to the next action in the offense, or whether it's on the defense as a breakdown. They don't start blaming each other. Instead, they go back, they get that point back, and then they make sure that it doesn't happen on the defensive end again. So it seems like the Raptors believe in themselves very much, and it is becoming a team that is unified and is going to do very well going forward. The third key takeaway I have for you guys, and Messiah did a 44-minute freaking interview about this, is we need the crowd back, man. Some of these games that are close, having a crowd behind you can make a hell of a lot of difference. And it seemed like today's game would have been exciting, even if we would have lost it. But without a crowd, it just felt like a dead game, and I think we need them back, even if it's 50%, because the crowd we have now, their voice or noise doesn't even come close to the court right now. So we need these guys back, so our team, going at least in the later on in stretch of the season and getting into the playoffs, we have our crowd, we have that backing where we have our sixth player. Home is a home advantage, so we need that back, and I think it's going to impact us very well once we do get them back, because these young guys are going to play even better, even harder than they are now. So that's something I'm seeing that we really need back. Our guys will take another step up once we have our crowd back. The last key takeaway I have, and this also goes into the MVP conversation, even though we lost this game, is Mr. Pascal Siakam. This guy is playing at an all-star, all-NBA level. The way he was playing this game, in and out, smooth jumpers, three-point shots, defensively communicating, getting the team behind him, carrying us pretty much for this game until Freddie, started to get into the wagon. This guy is playing at a level that he wasn't even playing in before, getting the bubble and after Kawhi left. Like that season he was good, but he's playing even better than that season, man. He is doing everything that we want him to do. He's doing more than we need him to do. He's leading as a leader on the court, doing everything. And his game is getting smoother. I think the shoulder injury was hurting him, and now he's gotten better. And he looks like a better version of the Pascal that we had in the past. And I am looking forward to seeing what this guy's capable of. And I think if somebody gets hurt for the NBA All-Star game, he should be the first one in the line. And he was the MVP today. He had 35 points and I think 10 rebounds. So he's doing everything. He's averaging like 24, 25 points a game, man, with 10 rebounds for the past 10, 14 games. It's ridiculous. So that's all I have for you guys for this video. We play the New Orleans Pelicans on Monday. I will see you guys after that game. I hope you enjoyed the analysis and the content. Please hit that like and subscribe button and help the channel out. And I will see you guys after the New Orleans game.